up, fish tank people? FishTankTV.com, Dustin's Fish Tanks. No, really, Fish Tank TVs, TV tanks over at Bryan's house here in just a second. Hope everybody's doing great today. My sinuses have been absolutely killing me, though as soon as I started yelling, my ear kind of popped, so I guess that helps, but I'm not feeling good. Don't know how I'm sick in the middle of freaking June. It's summertime. Guess what? Next 3 weeks from now, Joey's coming down. Real jacked about that. I'm also real excited. We're going to Peru again in January. So get on those Dustin's Top 10 Planet Tank tips. I've got 6 spots for people that want to go on the trip I'm going on in January. But enough of all that madness. I'm over here at Bryan's house. Say what's up, Bri.
What's up, Fish Tank?
Bryan. I'm so pumped. Bryan and I are out scrubbing it, man. Kill the lights, bro. Let's show these tanks, man. We're out scrubbing the tanks here. We'll start over here with this bad boy, though. Bryan brought me a mangrove, dude. Get down and tell us about the mangroves, man. Brought one out. If you're on the Dustin's Fish Tanks on Facebook fan page, I'll show you the photo of the one he's got, or he just gave me.
We got, well, there's 5 of them in here currently. 2 of them may or may not make it. They've been really dark for a while, but so was this one, and it finally started sprouting some greenback. But they're Florida red mangroves. They've taken forever to get growing. When I got them in probably about a year ago, they were just the green stalk with a small root on the bottom. And over the past year, they've started putting up these little runners on the tops, and now we got some leaves on them.
And they grow slow as piss. I mean, we were saying F-bombs earlier about how slow they grow, but
yeah,
they're mad cool though, man, mad cool. And this is all concrete that you did yourself.
Yep, this is the concrete waterfall tank,
which is really, really legit. I do have a very easy beginner species for you all here in just a minute, but I just want to show Bryan's tanks. He's got some of my old Fred Ricky rainbows in there, so looking good, man. We're gonna hop over here to the other TV tank, not that one just yet. We're gonna go over here to this one, bro. We were talking about this one because you had this one. How long has this been set up?
Probably about 2 years now. Dude,
your tank is legit, man. And we were discussing, you know, one of my favorites, and I'm assuming it's growing on you, the Dwarf Sedge, man. Tell me about what's going on with that Sedge, though.
Dwarf Sedge started off with probably 7 to 8 pieces, and I've just, as it starts to spread, I've been pulling it apart. Now I've got a pretty nice carpet at the bottom. Got a pretty cool crypt in the middle and the crenum on the left side. There's some narrow leaf Java fern in the back. Got some Taiwan moss at the top, and there's a whole lot of cherry shrimp in that tank. If you actually go in on the log, you can see the cherry shrimp all over the log right now.
Nice. And anyone that bought plants from me, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, got some of this Taiwan moss.
Got some Taiwan
correct?
moss out of this tank.
Yeah, we did a free flame moss Friday, and we threw both Taiwan moss and flame moss in there. So get on DustinsFishTanks.com and check out the illness we're bringing to you. Nice shrimp you got there, by the way. And this is a hot tank, man. Tons of cherry shrimp. And then just, I want people to see your lights because it's such a legit tank, but I want to see if you could... you know, maybe even, dude, I'm going to back out a little bit. I really want people to... Can you turn the actual lights on? I want people to see the actual frame of this. So this tank is like a just straight up like TV. Like you can see...
It's an old wood
some
console TV.
Yeah, and dude, it's funny. We're like crack addicts when we find a TV on the side of the road. It's like, get it, grab it.
Yep, I will get it instantly.
So hold on, let's say, yeah, so check that out. You got 2... What spectrum are those bulbs, bro? Any idea?
They're old. They're eclipse bulbs. We got one that is a natural daylight, and the other is an ocean sun.
Nice.
But they do just fine in growing the plants, and they're honestly older bulbs. They're probably 18, maybe 24 months old, but it's a low light tank, and everything seems to be doing just fine for it.
What kind of water changes and routine do you do with it?
At least 50% every 2-3 weeks.
Nice.
Sometimes more. They got one yesterday. It was probably only a 30 or 40%, but at least once or twice a month for sure, every month.
Nice. Adamant about the water. No one does water changes like Bryan Campbell. We're going to the 75, bro. So legit, so legit. Yeah, kill that light. So we got the easy beginner plant that I've actually never had on camera before in just a second, but I want to show Bryan's 75. Man, you got game, son. I love the, I mean, talk about the crenum natans. We showed you the crenum calamostratum in the last tank. This is a crenum natans.
This is the natans. Up until recently, it was growing with a single 48-inch bulb. Again, I think it's just the ocean sun bulb, and it's an older bulb as well, but the crenum has been going crazy in here. I mean, it spans all 48 inches of the tank.
It's so fat. And then I want you to just drop a little bit of knowledge real quickly on air stones in tanks, because you actually gave me the advice on putting air stones in tanks. and I actually talk about it in the algae guide a little bit. But go ahead and talk about the benefits of.
I'm all about having the air stones in the tank. It helps just displace the bad stuff that's in the water to the top. You can get gases stuck in the water. Sometimes if you don't have the good surface agitation, you'll get that layer of film. It almost looks like slime or almost like an oil slick on top of your tank. I know sometimes if you touch the top of your tank, if there's not much agitation, you actually see like where you break the water and you get those shiny colors. The air stone completely avoids that. The top of this tank there is not a bit of protein on the top. The air stone completely displaces all that. Granted, if you have a lot of plants on the top, I guess it's not as important, but it's definitely a good addition to any tank. I mean, sometimes you can hide them in the back. These air stones are actually just put in here yesterday on this right-hand side. I'll probably hide them behind all the driftwood over here later on this week, so I don't have to see them. But I feel like the fish are perkier having the oxygen in the tank. The plants do better. All around them, I'm all about air stones. I've got an air stone in every single tank.
He demanded that I got them in the greenhouse too, and helped me set them up. And then
Yep, we had to have them.
And then these barbs, you cursed me like a small, like a bad dog that shit on the floor for getting tiger barbs. Talk about your barbs, brother.
These are Pentazona barbs. They are by far my favorite barb.
And
they look just like a tiger barb, except they stay a little bit narrower top to bottom. On all the black lines, they get this squiggly green. I think I actually did a species Sunday that I did a while back
Your
on
video.
these guys. But there's the one dominant male. He gets more red to him than the females. They have more orange in them, I guess. But they look very similar to the tiger barb. They're, I guess, longer and more narrow.
But what's the number one benefit, though?
They're peaceful. They don't mess with anything. I ran these guys with discus a few years ago, and they were awesome.
Brian just said, "What are you doing getting tiger barbs, dude?" It was like angry at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I know. I threw some in there." So, 75, dude. Your tanks always look great. Super clean, super great. Let's go down here. It's time for the species, though. It's Species Sunday. We talked about the barbs that you like so much. Well, let's talk about this, man. Bring it to it, Brian.
All right. This plant right here, it's all kind of messed up right now because I did a water change yesterday and drained all the water out, and well, not all of it out, but a lot of it. Plant in the back. It is Foxtail. I will get you the Latin name right now.
Yeah, the Foxtail you've been keeping for quite a while in this tank. You originally got it from Kurt, who got it at the ACA convention, or excuse me, AGA convention, and you've been keeping it for quite a bit. And this only has one bulb on the tank, correct? One bulb. That's all you got. I got to give you a mad ups on that driftwood. Nobody has better driftwood than Bryan. Oh, you want me to pronounce that name? He's showing me the name of it like I'm going to do it. Ceratophyllum demersium, whatever. I'll put it in the comments. You guys can look it up yourselves. But yeah, this is the plant though. Show the Foxtail, man, and then lift the lid. Pull some of it out too. Kind of another sweet lid by Bryan too. I mean, just these flip lids. Got his lights, electrical outlet over there.
This is the old school Eclipse lid.
The old school Eclipse lid.
But you can pull a single piece out. I'm just going to break a piece off
Foxtail.
now.
And I got to take some of this home with me and throw it in the greenhouse, dude. It'll go bonkers. We'll put it in there in those light tanks. Which, by the way, I got tons of photos of the greenhouse on the Facebook fan page.
It is a very narrow plant. It looks like a foxtail, though. It's just light and fluffy. It splits off. Some people call it a red foxtail plant, but it's just a foxtail plant is the common name for it. Grows incredibly long chains. I've seen some of them in this tank be 30 inches long before, and I just break them up and just keep sticking them back down. It's like a regular bunch plant. I mean, it's an easy plant to keep, as easy as Jungle Bell and Java Fern.
Really?
So I highly recommend it. It can go in low light. I mean, this is a single 15-watt bulb, and it's going crazy in here.
That's awesome, man, dude. You're just crushing it. This tank, such a cool setup too, man. So we'll go down here and show this again real quick, and yeah, and Bryan dropping all kinds of knowledge, all kinds of science. Dude just got so much, and he's gonna be at the ACA July 10th through the 13th with me and Joey, Canadian boy, coming down. We're gonna have so much fun. So yeah, dude, I'm pumped about that. Listen, folks, if you like what we're doing, subscribe. Bryan dropping 4 ill tanks today, so real pumped about that. Everybody, make it a great week and tell me how to get my sinuses feeling better. I feel like crap. Tank on! Later.